Right there you can see most likely a farmer had this. It's like mud, hay, straw, 17,000 miles for 4 or 5 years. I think the guy just got sick of keeping it in the barn and said, all right, I'm getting rid of this.
I walked in here and I said, okay, I know it's used. I thought I was inspecting a 2014. Pierre just confirmed it's a 2019. Ouch. Okay, it looks really old for a 2019.
There's a lot of rust underneath there. The leaf spring are actually not smiling. They're actually frowning. So that's not good, is it?
Welcome to the Pit Stop series, where we are saving one RVer at a time. The inspection of this 2019 Entegra Insignia 37MB was nothing short of shocking. To be clear, it isn't a reflection on Entegra. It's a result of poor maintenance. When we arrived at the dealership, we waited for over an hour for the RV to be transported to our inspection area. We were told it was being washed. However, as we drove through the parking lot, we spotted the coach and immediately noticed some concerning issues. When it finally arrived, it was clear it hadn't seen any kind of a bath. Take a look for yourself. We can't make this stuff up. The slides were packed with hay and mud, and the electrical system, well, it was a complete nightmare. Pinpointing and resolving the issues in this coach will be a daunting task for anyone.
It's RV inspection day, and today we are in beautiful, sunny Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. I'm kidding. It's a rainy day. We're about to inspect this 2019 Entegra Insignia 37MB. Now stick around. We don't know what we're going to find. Our customer doesn't know what we're going to find, but our customer's fingers are crossed that we do not call before lunchtime. So stick around and we'll update you.
We already have safety issue. Upper marker lights on this side, blinker light on this side. There's been tape on that mirror. We'll have to look into that, but right there you can see most likely a farmer had this. It's like mud, hay, straw, 17,000 miles for 4 or 5 years. I think the guy just got sick of keeping it in the barn and said, all right, I'm getting rid of this. Already we have a couple of problems. These lights at one point when Laura was walking inside, they shut off. Why would they shut off? She didn't touch no button. Just walking on the floor? Electrical issue? Maybe? Just saying. So same thing on the back. I got this middle light, marker light, that is even gone. Gone. Not like it's been taken care of. Gone. And as we pull up here, this slide out is already out. They drove it down here, and the customer's been told, yeah, they kind of know there's an electrical issue with this. So the guy who brought it up says, you want me to open the slide? I says, no, it's fine, we'll figure it out. I says, does the slide open anyway? You know there's electrical issue? He says, yeah, we know. Loose lips sink ships. I think he was smart enough to not sink the ship. So now we're gonna search for what's going on with this. For me, it's not exciting. I mean, there's 17,000 miles. I see the wear on the tires also, the way it is, so might have bad alignment. There's a lot of things here that doesn't drag in the right direction. Let's go check what Laurel has inside so far.
So one of the first things that we always check are the walls around our slides. And I said to Pierre, this wall looks like it's a little indented and bowed. And when we feel it with our fingers, not only is it bowed, but it's cold and it's damp and it's soft. Now you can see Pierre's finger right there. It's pushing in, right? And he's barely touching that wall. So then when we put the moisture meter on there, I can tell you that it is quite high right there, 55. Yeah, so not a good thing for sure. I don't think that water in the walls is something that anybody wants in their RV.
Might be lunchtime recap, decap, get out of here. Everything in here is a nightmare. I'm saying this, hope you don't seek for this unit. I'm just saying, nothing works. Everything's half-ass. You push a button on the slide out, you can push them out, you can't bring them in. None of them. I end up in the back here. Now it's the opposite, meaning if I want to retract, it extends. And I can't retract nothing. So this slide out would actually move. I can bring it out, but I can't bring it in. Same with this one, that's the bedroom. They're backwards. See, you retract, it actually extends. So it's totally the opposite, and nothing works. Let's go check the electrical system per se. Let's shut off the master. Let's see what it does. We have the master switch here. We have all the lights on, so everything is on. So I'm gonna turn this off. My lights are off. And now I'm gonna turn this back on. Well, go check what's going on over there. So we got the fan that turns on the minute you turn back the chassis battery. You've got a major problem, electrical issue in this unit, a big time. When I was outside, the docking lights, when Laurel was walking, I might have talked about that, my docking lights were going off and on. Is this haunted? Maybe. I don't know. This is the kind of unit that you want to pass on. I'm just saying. When you start having electrical issues that don't seem to be easy to resolve, it shouldn't be just a ground. There's a major issue. There's a reason why these people traded that in as a 2019. Like Laurel says, it probably was built 2014. I don't know. So let's see where we're at. I'm going to try to seek for a couple more things, but I'm definitely calling the customer because it's not a recommendation, but here's the facts. Where do you want me to go from there? Because if I open those slide out, we're in trouble with this wall, the rotten there. So is it the water that created an electrical short somewhere? Possible, I don't know. I'm not there to fix the problem, I'm there to state the facts. Let's try to find a couple of more things just to make the customer confirm how good this unit it really is. Let's talk to you in a couple.
It's the end of our day, but it's not lunchtime yet. What does that mean? The dreaded call has been made. And unfortunately, this coach was misrepresented from the dealership. That can happen to you as well. So now our customer needs to chase his deposit because he's been told you'll get your deposit back two ways. One, if we can't finance you, and two, if there are major issues with the coach. But who determines what is major? The customer or the dealership? And at this dealership, we've been told many times that it's not a refundable deposit, it's a credit. You can use it at another one of our stores. So you need to think about that when you're purchasing a coach. Always make sure that you check the VIN. Just pull it up. Pull up that VIN. But the VIN's not going to tell you everything, the entire story. Who maintained it? How was it maintained? How was it housed? And in this case, we've got soft floors, soft walls, high moisture, and a huge electrical purple monkey, as Pierre says. It's an electrical nightmare that our customer is not willing to put money into. So dance before the music is over and live before your life is over. Get out there and enjoy the roads.
Our customer ultimately passed on this Entegra RV, and understandably so. He had been excited about it, hoping it would live up to the pristine image the dealership had painted. Sadly, it didn't. Fast forward a few weeks, and we received a call from another couple in Michigan asking us to inspect the exact same year, make, and model. We verified the VIN and were able to save them not only the cost of an inspection, but also from falling into a massive financial pit. Consider this a cautionary tale, folks. Always do your homework. This second pit stop inspection we're sharing today features a 2020 Cruise America Thor Majestic 23A. This doesn't reflect poorly on Thor as a manufacturer. It's purely a result of poor maintenance. Here's the big question. What do people really do with rental RVs? If only these RVs could talk, the stories they'd tell. After watching this segment, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you think this rental RV has been through? Keep an eye out for the red flags you just can't ignore.
It's RV inspection day, and today we are in Mesa, Arizona. Yes, that's Monument Valley, but no, we're in Mesa. We're about to inspect this Thor Majestic 2020 23A from Cruise America. Now stick around. We don't know what we're going to find, and neither do you. And our customers' fingers are crossed. We'll update you at lunch and the end of the day.
Welcome to the roof. You got a couple you can check out here and see what they look like. But let's look at ours. So I think the way they proceed on here is that, which is hard to find, because after it's sealed, you come up here and you say, oh, it's all been done. Well, a little bit of a crappy job here and there, but whatever. The point is, now it's been changed. So they sealed everything, like for example right here. Then they decide, oh, we're going to change this rear trim before we go to paint, so it looks nice. So they cut the material and then they screw this on. No sealant required after the fact. But how long has it been done like this? I don't know. Same thing with this corner. There's sealant missing. This cap is not holding nothing, as you can tell. Overall, when I look at this roof, I'm really concerned. There's a dent in here that I can see, something smashed into this. I don't know what it is. Then I see my material, the roof material, not touching, doesn't adhere to the material, to the roof material itself. So when the wind will pick up, the more this is gonna go, the more it's gonna detach itself and it's gonna fly out. So here's my major problem. Right here we got a 4-foot section or so from the front corner to here that they change. So see, you can see where they cut it off. There must have been a problem here. I don't know if it was like this before or like that one, but now we're here. I'm taking this trim, I'm cutting this one off, and I'm putting a new one. Well, look at that. I even went with my knife here and I've cut all the way into the new material. But nah, I'm just fixing it. My job is just to change this trim, not to seal it or nothing. Which brings me down to this. Now I'm seeing inside, which water goes directly inside. That's, you know, that's an issue, yes. But then I realized, changing this trim, I cut off the material. As you can see, it's cut real straight all the way. But I don't put nothing there. So I don't know who did this job, but definitely welcome water anytime soon. Screws sticking out, no sealant in it, and no big deal. I just had about 50% humidity testing right inside this front cap and the interior. So let's go see what Laurel has inside, if she's got other details that we can talk about, because I know she just told me, she actually called me and told me that there's cracked skylight in here in the bathroom. So let's go check that out.
As you know, it's almost lunchtime. We need to make the dreaded call. Unfortunately, our customer has no clue about the dreaded call. He'd never even seen a video of ours. So when we make this call, it's not going to be too fun. We kind of dread that. But let me show you why we dread it. And at the same time, we're so happy to make it because we've just saved this guy and his wife a ton of money. So come on in here. I'm doing my ceilings. I'm doing all my skylights. And I'm up here and I'm feeling things. And I look up. Let me show you what I see. I'm going, okay, wow, this huge hole looking directly outside. Then I said, you know what? I better check my ceiling for moisture, right? So, because I also had seen some black residue. I don't know what that stuff is, right? So I just started here and I don't know, guys, can you see that? 61, 60, 63, 64, but it doesn't stop. I mean, it goes in, we're 40s and 50s. This just made me think, all right, I'm going down to the floor because water goes from the top to the bottom. Considering that water will start from the top and go down, I thought it might be a good thing to check my floor, which I thought felt just a little strange. So I'm going to come here and show you what I'm finding. Now, I do have, yeah, you can see, really high. Now, the toilet is up on a step right here. So let's come here. And we've got nothing. Just exactly what I thought. And then coming out past that, we have the sink, right? And this all comes out here. And again, high moisture reading. So I think there's definitely been a problem in this floor. And as I get out here and keep coming, as you can see, it gets drier, right? So there's no issues here. And then coming onto the main floor, same thing. There's no issues. And I'm right directly in front of the kitchen sink at this point. And this is the step up that I was showing you. This entire floor. There we go. Coming back towards the shower and the sink. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. As you can see, we have a lot of moisture in the floors. Where did it come from? I don't know. So the more I got looking, I'm like, okay, well, now it's time to do my walls. And we've got these separations in the wall. Let me show you what I found. Okay, so we're over here by the booth dinette, and we have a big gap in the wall. It's all separated, but it gets worse the further we go down the wall behind the booth dinette, as far as my arms can let me go. And as you can see, it's just all separated from the wall. Speaking of separated walls, so again, right here by the entrance, you can see that there's a big gap right here on the wall, all the way up. You can see this right here. It gets tight, but down here, it's all separated. A big, huge gap. So seeing what I found today, does this kind of give you a tickle and think, I'd like to become an RV inspector. I'd like to help out RVers. If you're interested, go to our website, blueoxrvinspection.com, and fill out the form. We have an application on there for our next workshop, and we'd love for you to join us. It gives Pierre and I great pleasure to be able to help RVers one at a time, whether it's finding that bone that protects them from purchasing a money pit, or whether it's just finding minor things that helps them get out of the dealership quicker and onto their journey to have a good time with the RV that they want to purchase. So now we're going to make that dreaded call, and we'll update you so you'll know what the customer decided to do.
We did have the dreaded call, which we realized after the customer actually knows who we are. I don't think he expected the dreaded call, now that we know he knows. So this is how it all started, and after we talked to him, he was kind of indecisive, or maybe realizing that you got to rent from them, not buy from them. Just saying. That could be an opinion that I would throw out there easily. There's a laundry list of stuff on here. It looks nice from the outside. They did the best they can to keep it in one piece, and I know he knows as well. So first off, chip in the windshield. That's the first thing that after lunch I started to realize, racking up. So you're racking up a bill, that's what you're doing. Then it's in the back here, so let's go in the back. Normally water would come out of your drain, you know what I mean? There's a drain, there's your hole right there, and the water would come out there. Well, the water comes between the wall here and the hose. And Laurel seems to say that it's the lavatory that's leaking. So it's leaking through the floor, through there. It's all wet there, so we definitely have a major problem there. The problem with this, Laurel is asking me, does it come from the shower? Does it come from the lavatory? Or the sink? I don't know. It's leaking. Figure it out. Let's go on the other side. On this side, in this section, as you can see, I've got my box and I got my frame. The box is actually sliding up and down on the frame. It's your call, but let's continue doing an inspection all day. I know it's frustrating. You're not gonna gain nothing, but whatever, it's fine. I understand the frustration. I did my undercarriage. Other than this, I have nothing special. It's 150,000 miles. There's a lot of rust underneath there. The leaf spring are actually not smiling. They're actually frowning. So that's not good, is it? Just figure it out. There goes another $1,000, $1,500, or whatever. It's cheap, just buy it. They're really cheap. $25,000 is still a lot of freaking money for me. So I don't know what you think cheap is. This is not cheap. But that's me. I don't have this kind of money. That 25 grand is nothing. That's cheap for an RV that you won't be able to resell, because you're gonna have to find a sucker the same as you that bought this to try to sell it to some other guy that don't have a clue about RV either. Keep that in mind. Let's go check what Laurel has inside and how is this gonna pile up on top of my pile of. Let's go check what she's got.
Yes, we made that dreaded call, and our customer, he took everything in, but maybe this is going to be a project. He's not sure, but he wanted us to complete the entire inspection, and we did, and we continued to find more things. We're talking about leaks. So when I started using my sink in the kitchen, I didn't have any leaks, but I did have a leak in the little side sink here that would be your bathroom sink. So I'm under the sink here in the bathroom, and you can see the wetness on the wall right here, and this one is leaking. You can see it on my fingers. And not only did it leak for me inside, but it leaked underneath the RV outside as well. Same when I was doing the shower. Pierre said, "What's going on? What are you running?" I'm running the shower. I didn't have any leaks into the base of my bathroom, but I certainly had a leak that was running outside underneath the RV. So these are just the things that we found today, which to me is quite a bit. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments below. Would this be a bust or a buy for you? We'll see what our customer is going to do. We're not really sure. I don't think he really knows until he receives the report and decides how much of this work he's willing to put into it for he and his wife. So remember, and do never forget,